We're taking a look at the Big Agnes Foidel Canyon 3-person tent. This was designed for those backpackers and campers who are venturing out into variable and inhospitable conditions and want a tent that is going to be incredibly versatile. This is considered a 3-season plus tent, meaning that you can extend the use into 4 seasons with the exception of the most extreme conditions. So it's got features like an incredibly durable floor and fly. You can batten down the hatches when you have really cold, windy, and rainy weather. You've even got some other features that allow you to use it pretty well in the snow. You've got DAC press-fit aluminum poles. It's really easy to set those up with a series of clips on the outside of the tent body. And you've got a lot of sprawling interior space with plenty of pockets to get your gear up off of the ground. Let's take a closer look. The first thing that stood out to me about this tent was the fabrics. So starting with the floor, you have a nylon ripstop with Dyneema, which is an incredibly lightweight but incredibly strong material. So you can see the Dyneema is that white pattern in the ripstop there. It's also coated with a 1200 millimeter polyurethane coating. All the seams are taped and you're completely protected. So for such a lightweight tent, you have an incredibly durable floor. Above that, you'll see lots of taffeta material and just a little bit of mesh here in the canopy. You're gonna see a lot less mesh here than with other lightweight backpacking and camping tents, and this gives you a lot more protection in those cold and windy conditions. Now, if we take a look at the door, you have 2 wide open doors, one on either side. So this is a 3-person tent, so you've got plenty of access. But if I kind of close off that door, you can see a big panel of mesh right here on the front. You can actually close that off with this material, so then you're a little bit more protected there. So if you want to vent everything out, you can kind of open those mesh panels on both doors. You've got some vents on the rainfly as well. Then you do have that mesh in the canopy. But if you need to, you can batten everything down and really extend that use into 4 seasons. What I like about the clips, they're strategically placed to give you lots of room inside the tent. You have this extra pole here right on top to make this sidewall a little bit more vertical. So when you're sitting up inside, you've got plenty of elbow room and plenty of headroom. And that's really important if you're waiting out a storm or if you're spending a lot of time in the tent to keep warm. There's plenty of pockets on the inside as well. So for those 3 backpackers, it can feel more roomy just by getting those smaller items up off the floor and into those pockets. It's lightweight enough that if you have 2 backpackers that want a little bit more sprawling room, you can definitely do that. We're gonna throw the rainfly on the tent and look at the features there. We talked about the material of the floor being nylon ripstop with Dyneema in it, and you have the same material here in the fly. The fly is completely seam sealed, so you're protected. And with that extra durability in the fly, you're even more protected from wind and from rain. Now I've got half of this vestibule open here just to show how you can open it up. If you need this to be breathable, if you need to vent out, you can open up one or both sides of the vestibule and do the same thing on the other side. This vestibule also gives you plenty of space to store your gear, your backpack, your boots, and whatever else you would need to store in the vestibule. There are plenty of guy out points on the fly as well. And if you're in some wind and some rain, I would suggest guying out every single point. They're also reflective, so you can find it with a headlamp at night. And another feature I really like is you have 2 big vents right here in the top. Those vents are able to be closed off. So this is just a really versatile tent. Even though you have those really durable, heavier materials, you can really vent that out so you can prevent condensation on the inside. Now I've got the footprint here. Footprint is sold separately, so we have that underneath of the tent body. And then the tent body and the rainfly, they all are color coded together. So you can clip everything together and have kind of a cohesive unit with that. The other thing that's special about this tent is you can stake out the footprint and use the poles and the rainfly, leave the tent body at home. So if you're going out in some really nice conditions and you want to go a little bit lighter weight, you can leave that tent body at home and have a really nice lightweight backpacking tent here. With all the different ways you can use this tent, the different configurations, it makes it a really versatile option for backpackers who are heading out into some uncertain conditions. You can use it in multiple different ways. You can take it out in the summer, use it with the fast fly option, or take it into some really cold temperatures and batten everything down and know that you're going to be protected. It's the Big Agnes Foidel Canyon 3-person tent. Thanks for watching. If you have additional questions about the gear you just saw, please feel free to visit backcountryedge.com and get in touch with me or one of our other gear specialists. We also have technical specs about that gear on the product pages of our website, and oftentimes we have bonus videos. If you like our channel, please subscribe.